Now she's shot into Series 3 by firing an arrow at Osher, and now, along with her brother, she's providing some insight into Bran's condition. It's Meera Reed. Ellie Kendrick, hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm all right, you're not in the least bit creepy.
Are you expecting me to be creepy?
Well, I just think that Reed brother and sister...
They're a weird duo, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, not in the same difference
in the
kind of a
shadows.
way, but yeah, but you don't give off any weirdness there.
Oh, well, I'm delighted. I mean, that's my aim in life, really.
To not give off weirdness.
Yeah.
And I've got a theory. I'd like you to see if you think there's any truth in it.
Shoot.
I think the producers of Game of Thrones watch Doctors because you've been in it, Emilia Clarke's been in it, Joe Dempsey's been in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they all?
They don't mention it to you then.
Fancy that? No, maybe it's a kind of illicit operation that's going on. They're just poaching them all. They'd have to have a very good memory, though, if they were Doctors fans, because that was one of my very first jobs when I was about 12.
Really?
So that was about 10 years ago, yeah.
What did you have?
Oh God, I had everything. I had I had nightmares. My father had obsessive compulsive disorder, and my mother had died of cancer. So it was quite a meaty first role to have. Really, a lot of issues to take on.
Absolutely, at the age
Meera
of 12.
Reed is a breeze by comparison.
Couldn't they have just given you mumps?
Yeah, I know, easier, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Better.
And how are you enjoying the Game of Thrones experience?
I'm absolutely loving being on Game of Thrones. I'd watched the series before I started.
Oh, so you had?
Yeah. And when I got the call, because I've already got a couple of my friends actually in it.
Who are your real life friends?
My real life friends, one of my really good friends, Hannah Murray, who I actually went to university with,
right,
is in the show. And we found out when I got cast that we had a scene together.
No.
So it was amazing, yeah. Of all the hundreds of characters in the show, we had a scene together, so that was great. But we were a bit silly. It was quite hard not to burst out laughing because we were both dressed up as completely mad characters. She plays Gilly. Yeah, no, I loved it because I love the fact that I'm a girl in Game of Thrones who's wearing trousers and doesn't have to get naked or die yet. So fingers crossed it will carry on until the next couple of series. We'll have to see.
And you said you'd seen the TV show, so once you knew you were in it, did you then start reading the books to find out what's happened to Meera?
Yeah, so I'd already kind of read some of the books beforehand, but the great thing about the books is they're titled with the characters of each. Each chapter has the character with the title, and I knew that my character followed Bran. So when I was rereading it, I was like, great, I'll just read all the Bran sections in it. So I now, it was funny, kind of. Reading through because I know what George R.R. Martin is planning for the character, but who knows if it will be
the same in the TV show.
Exactly.
And when you think about the audition you did, we had Natalia who plays Osher, and she said she went into that audition, she covered herself in mud, she behaved in a wild way.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
you didn't do any of that then. You didn't go in with a bow and arrow.
I went in. No, I wish. No, I went in there, and it was great. I went in a few times actually, and then I met David and Dan, the producers, and we had a chat. And I did it, but as soon as I finished, I thought, I haven't got it, because I messed up the lines. I was really nervous. And this big long speech, which actually didn't make it into the series.
Right.
Maybe a sign of my acting talent. And I forgot the lines halfway through, and I thought, oh God, I just haven't got this. There's no point. I might as well run out of the room now. But I finished it, and then I got the call saying I got it, and I was like, this is amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And have you had any bow and arrow training?
Oh yeah, I have. It's amazing. So
could you kill a man?
Well, I would like to try, but if you push me, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, possibly maim. I think I could maim. No, it's amazing. Out in Belfast, where I was doing all of my filming, they've got like a weapons camp, so you can go in and you can learn anything, like sword training, like bow and arrow, whatever. So I went in, and there was a really lovely man who actually looked like a wizard, who taught me how to use a bow and arrow, and he was amazing. He used to shoot like longbow for Ireland or something. And it's great. So I just got lessons.
What's the trick?
Well, I don't really know if there is much of a trick.
Damn, I always hope there's a trick to these things.
I kind of thought that he would say like, this is the one thing.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. No, but he was just very good. Apparently, my eye is slightly high, and he was like a wizard. He went, so just look half a metre above where you should be shooting, or like half a centimetre, whatever it was, above where you should be shooting.
Yeah, half a metre sounds extreme.
Yeah, half a centimetre above where you should be shooting, and you'll hit a bullseye. And I did straight away. It was like, oh.
Wow.
Yeah,
I love the idea of weapons camp. So if you've got some downtime, like instead of sitting in a trailer reading a magazine, you can just go and learn how to kill someone with a sword.
You ask one of the assistant directors, and you say, fix me up, and they'll get you in there.
That's an incredible thing. And had you done any hunting before?
I'd never done any hunting before, and sadly, in the series, you only see the aftermath of the hunting. You don't actually see me in full hunt
where
mode.
you're skinning that rabbit.
Well, yeah, I'd actually skinned a rabbit before.
Had you?
I'm quite. I'm not like very squeamish, so like, that kind of thing doesn't really bother me. Having to skin like 30 rabbits like we had to that day because we were doing the scene over and over again. Did get a bit intense.
Man, this is hurting my heart.
I really wanted to, I was saying earlier, I really wanted to eat the rabbits and stew afterwards because, they're dying, you might as well, make the most of them. But we couldn't because in the scene, which was on in episode 6, we have to put them on the fire and then take them off again. So unhygienic, in the workplace, that's not allowed.
That was tough to watch. I can watch torture, I can watch people having their limbs cut off. Skinning rabbits, that was tough. And have you formed a little gang? Because when we were talking to Bran at the beginning of the series, he was saying about one thing that I was just to say Isaac, when we were talking to Isaac at the beginning of the series, he was saying that one thing he loved was having you in a little gang, you're all together.
We had such a little crew, it was really nice because it was just our little group kind of wandering around the woodlands, and we were going to some amazing locations like on the coast of Northern Ireland and in these beautiful old woods. So it was great. We had a really lot of fun as a little gang, just kind of wandering around. So hopefully that'll continue. We'll have to see. But I don't think he was very happy about the rabbits. No. But I mean, who would be? One
thing I feel sorry for you a little bit in the show is your name is Meera Reed. Now, if you think of some of these fantastic names people have, Meera Reed does sound a little bit like a real life name.
I kind of like that. I mean, I kind of like that it's not a mad name because it suits her. She's a pretty down to earth character. She's no nonsense. Don't need all of that Khaleesi rubbish. I'll just stick to Meera Reed. No, I really like the name actually, but I realised just the other day it's clever because they're supposed to come from the swamps and reeds. Took me a long time to work that one out.
Well, I'm working it out now as you tell me.
Yeah. So there you go.
And what can you tell us about the Reeds? What sort of people do you think they are?
Well, actually, they're different in the books, slightly different in the books than what they are in the series. So in the books, their big thing is they eat frogs. Have
you ever skinned a frog?
Never skinned a frog. I don't imagine there'd be much skinning to do. You probably just eat it off the... Well, no, maybe not. I don't know. Probably be a bit gross.
Put it on a stick, on a kebab.
Well, I think that's kind of what they did
Toast it like marshmallows.
Yeah. So they live in these swamps on a moving, kind of a moving sort of, not castle, like a moving house.
Right.
With their dad, Howland Reed. And they're very kind of mysterious and they kind of hunt frogs and they're very, very short, which is handy for me because I'm only 5'1" and half an inch, and that half is very important. And they come down to hang out with Bran. Jojen Reed has got lots of supernatural powers. There's a kind of a lot of discrimination against the Reeds in the books. You don't see it as much in the series. But they're great little characters. So Meera is the kind of the stronger one.
And you are. I mean, I worry about your brother Jojen. I mean, that's a troubled look on his face.
One. Yeah, he looks troubled, doesn't he? But I mean, then you would be too if you were a warg. So.
I don't know. I'd just warg myself into the head of a nice family dog.
Yeah.
I think.
And you have it easy.
Yeah, that's the way to go. I think if you're a warg.
Yeah.
And is he troubled in real life?
Oh no, far from it.
Good, glad to hear it because you worry if someone's walking around with that facial expression.
I know he's very good at looking worried, isn't he? Yeah. No, but he's actually a very calm man in real life. Boy, I don't know. He's 20. He's actually older than me though, which is funny.
You are kidding.
Yeah, I'm 22 and I think this is right. I think he's 23.
Right.
Don't sue me if I'm wrong. And he's playing my younger brother. So
yeah.
Funny.
And is acting something you've done forever? Because you were Anne Frank, right?
I was. Well, I played Anne Frank. Yeah.
Yes, I know you're not really her.
Yeah, reincarnated.
That's what happened to her. She's looking good on it.
Hiding all along. So I started acting when I was 11 or 12. And doing the doctor's thing. Yes. And then I carried on all through school, kind of doing it in my holidays and stuff like that. Then I did the Anne Frank job when I was 17.
Do you think she would have been a believer? I'm interested to hear your professional opinion.
I'm not even going to begin to comment on that. I'm not even going to wade into that because it's a minefield, I tell you.
Yeah.
But I did think that was mad. The believer stuff was kind of crazy. What a weird thing to put. What a weird thing to write in a book.
I know. I think there's
I think he's got a bit mad, Justin
I know,
Bieber.
but we're enjoying the spectacle of it, aren't we?
Well, yeah.
It's something to take our attention away from what's really going on in the world.
Well, yeah,
I always find. And you're in Being Human.
Yes. I was indeed in Being Human, yeah. I just did one episode of it first where I played a werewolf. Mm-hmm. Didn't actually get a transformation scene, which I was kind of sad about. I thought it was going to be prosthetic up.
It'd be very itchy though, I imagine.
Yeah, very true, very true. So thank you, you've made me feel a bit better about that now. So I was
you could have got a rash.
Exactly, perilous. Yes. So I was a werewolf in one of the scenes, in one of the episodes, sorry. And then for the final ever episode, I got called back.
Congratulations.
Which was a lot of fun. Yes, I did that, and that came out a few months ago. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really loved doing that.
So should you wish to do fan conventions, Game of Thrones, being human, you're sorted out for life, aren't you?
Well, who knows? Got it in the bag. Yeah, we'll see. But no, it's a lot of fun. I didn't even really intend to do like fantasy ever. It had never really been something that had occurred to me.
Yeah.
It's kind of great that it's coming along, yeah.
And are you getting a good reaction to Meera? Are people liking it? Are you getting stopped?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, funnily enough, a lot of my friends don't actually watch the series, which I kind of like.
They're not real friends.
Yeah. So they've sort of like watched it and they're getting quite into it now. And they've enjoyed it. I think they find it quite funny because there are a lot of similarities between Meera and I, so they sort of laugh about
What sort of similarities?
Well,
apart from your face.
Not the kind of, pulling a knife on a stranger kind of side of it, but we're both kind of tomboys and kind of not like squeamish at all. Not afraid of kind of like getting a bit scrappy.
Getting stuck in, Yeah.
Great. I'm not violent. I'm not. Don't worry.
You are terrifying though. Not creepy.
Oh, good.
Yeah, after all that rabbit stuff, I wouldn't mess with you. You're not creepy, but you are slightly scary. Ellie, thank you so much.
Thank you.